A minority business owner is suing Westport Plaza for $70 million.
After we did the planning to put together our hiring event, they literally left us standing outside on the corner because we couldn't get the keys to get inside the building to host it properly.
Kansas City's Westport Plaza has recently made its voice loud and clear. Whites only. And the Westport's whites only mentality has sparked a $70 million lawsuit by a black business owner who was wrongfully stopped from opening his business simply because he is black.
My name is Gary Mitchell, General Manager of Ale House West.
The opportunity to work as the general manager at Ale House West was presented to me mainly because of my relationship with the ownership group and also my extensive experience in nightlife and hospitality as a promotions and entertainment manager for 14 years.
The Westport community is one of the most popular entertainment districts in Kansas City. It's known for its popular nightclubs, restaurants, and bars. But as popular as the Westport may be, the Westport has a long history of limiting the amount of establishments that are owned by African Americans. And while the Westport limits black business owners, it allows white business owners like Brett Allred to open hip-hop clubs or whatever other type of club he chooses.
Everybody reacts to change differently. I believe Westport's headed in a really good direction, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
You have club establishments that are already in the area, then the restaurants are kind of in a different lane. You know, when you think about Bricks, the Brazilian Cafe, Westport Cafe, Harry's, these are places that are specifically on the restaurant side of what's presented in Westport. And then you have other venues that are kind of like a mix. If you go to Bar Rec, video games and things like that, where you can have a cocktail. You look at Tin Roof, which is live music plus cocktails and different things like that. So I think if you're trying to build a successful and thriving entertainment district, I believe you would want a variety of different types of atmospheres and not try to stick to one and trying to attract only one type of clientele. So that was kind of the approach with Ale House West, is to say, hey, let's not be exactly like what's already here. Let's do something a little bit different and bring this type of restaurant concept to the district to set ourselves apart and to bring quality products for patrons.
Currently, one of the establishments that caters to blacks and hip-hop music is Throwback KC. And Brett Allred, who already owns several bars, nightclubs, and restaurants in Westport, has quietly developed plans to eliminate Throwback KC and take over its lease on January 1st, 2026. Surprisingly, Brett's move to take over the only hip-hop establishment in Westport comes after already being under fire for a secret no playlist that banned popular hip-hop music from being played at Johnny Cause, one of Brett's nightclubs in Westport. The secret no playlist included some of music's most popular stars like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Drake, Cardi B, and Kendrick Lamar. Even though many of the songs on the no playlist were top 10 Billboard hits, Brett banned his DJs from playing them in his club. After public outrage and criticism, Brett publicly said that his reason for banning the songs was that the songs incited violence. But only a racist mentality could ever say that Beyoncé's music incites violence.
The songs that were on the no playlist never were ones that were heavily laden with a lot of aggressive type of lyrics or things like that, and especially R&B songs on the no playlist, like a Beyonce, who is one of the most popular artists across all ethnicities. It's not necessarily something that I would consider incites violence.
And unfortunately, Brett is not alone. Brett is a member of a larger organization called the CID, short for Westport Community Improvement District. The CID includes Brett Allred, Pamela Pitacek, Max Wasserstrom, Zach Martin, Paul Miesler, Kyle Kelly, Larry Goldman, Matthew Voss, Jeremy Hurt, Christy Montague, Brandy Degenhart, and the executive director, Kim Kimbrough. The CID has no minority members. Most of the 12 members are extremely successful white business owners who have businesses on the Westport themselves. And the CID has been allowing white business owners like themselves to open hip-hop clubs and any other kind of business they want, while at the same time denying Black business owners from opening any businesses at all. Most recently, the CID conspired to block Euphoric, LLC, from opening a business in the building that was formerly known as Ale House. Although Ale House operated as more of a nightclub environment, Euphoric planned to reopen as a restaurant and focus more on its food menu. After signing a lease, Euphoric gained instant excitement from the community about the reopening and a now hiring event. The event received thousands of social media posts and was even posted by popular Black local promoters, such as Mark's My Barber and Rio Entertainment. But while the community was excited, the CID was furious. On the day of Euphoric's hiring event, and after signing a legally binding lease agreement, Euphoric was denied access to the building.
When the lease was signed, for us, that was really kind of like a green light, all systems go. Let's take the planning that we have done and now it's time to execute.
The blatant racial discrimination by the CID caused Euphoric to receive widespread public criticism and embarrassment when Euphoric's potential prospective employees were left to stand outside of the building because of the CID's refusal to give a Black business owner the keys to the door of a building that he legally has a right to possess. The CID's message was clear. The CID members can open establishments for Blacks, but Blacks can't open establishments at all. The news of a reopening was shared by thousands of people, both whites and Blacks.
After shutting down on April 9th of this year, a new Instagram under the name Ale House West claims Westport Ale House is making a comeback. The account posted about actively recruiting staff, including servers and line cooks, a sign of a potential comeback.
I believe that if we have these buildings filled with entertainment places and restaurants, more people are going to come back to Westport.
But the CID only focused its attention on the posts made by Rio and Mark, who are both Black. Despite the blatant racism, Rio and Mark are both well known for their positive contributions to the community, such as the recent Guns Down, Gloves Up event, and Rio's Thanksgiving Turkey Drive, wherein Rio gave away 500 turkeys in the community. But somehow, the CID still stopped Euphoric from opening after seeing those posts. The CID's actions are not only morally corrupt, their actions are also illegal. After the abolishment of slavery in the 1800s, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1866. The Civil Rights Act declared that all persons in the United States shall have the same right to make and enforce contracts, to buy and sell, or to lease property as the rights that are enjoyed by white citizens. During the Civil Rights Movement, civil rights activists risked their lives to enforce these laws and eliminate the racial discrimination and disparity that allowed white business owners to place whites-only signs on their doors and windows. And now, in 2025, the whites-only signs are no longer on the doors, but the CID is quietly enforcing that same racist mindset. As Ale House, a white business owner generated yearly revenues of $7 million. Euphoric planned to generate the same $7 million or more. Over 10 years, Euphoric anticipated revenues upwards of $70 million. But the CID stepped in to stop that from happening. And now, the lawsuit filed by Euphoric, LLC is about much more than the $70 million in lost revenue. Euphoric is asking the federal court to help bridge the gap between the racial and economical divide that continues to exist in America. But for now, we are patiently waiting for a ruling from the court. Subscribe to this channel now for future updates.